Hey everybody, Josh DiStefano here, pianist, composer, writer, teacher, and today we're going to talk about the roles of the different instruments in the band. Okay, so we're going to talk about the roles and responsibilities of the different instruments in the band. Before we do that, please think about subscribing and ringing that bell. So why are we talking about roles of the band? If everybody understands their respective roles, it will make the song that much more impactful, and the message will come across. This applies to whether you're recording or performing with the band. We're not talking about visually, we're talking about orally, what you have to do. And I know what you're thinking, oh, I'm in a band? I'm going to go out and rock and get chicks. Well, there's more to it than that. Yeah, you want to get fans, you want to play, but what do you need to do to make yourself sound good? I work with a lot of students and student combos, and you can always tell when they don't really know what they're supposed to be doing collectively because, oh, the bass player, or the drum, and they're all just sort of banging away, you know, or the keyboard player is doing all these flashy licks, the guitar player, the horn player, you can't hear the words, the singer's off doing her hair. Everybody is doing their own thing and they're in their own little boxes, and the message of the song is getting completely demolished. The first thing you need to understand is it's not about you. I know this might come as a newsflash for some people, but I've just learned to play guitar, or it's all about my rapping. It's not really all about your rapping or your guitar licks or whatever you happen to do, your sweet accordion jams. Sorry, I'm sure that's going to break some hearts, but it's not. That's not what you're doing. You're not getting on stage to say, hey, everybody, look at me, and I don't care if you're Madonna or Ariana Grande. It's about the song. I guess at some point, if you're Madonna and people are jumping out of the bushes to take pictures of you opening up a peanut butter jar, then maybe it is about you. But for a long time, it was about the music. And in Madonna's mind, it's probably still about the music. Okay, so now that we know what it is actually about, let's talk about how you do that. First and foremost is the melody. Okay, and if there's words, it's the words. So if it's just a melody and you have maybe a horn player playing it, if you're in a jazz combo and there's saxophone or the trumpet, this has to be paramount. That has to be present. Nobody should be fighting to hear the melody. You need to be able to hear it clearly and identify it. Oh yes, that's Autumn Leaves, or that's whatever it is, or they're playing Journey, or oh, I know this tune, Bon Jovi, you know, whatever it is, Eminem, oh yeah, oh, this is a Dre tune, I love this. If they can't hear the words, or they can't hear the melody, it's an epic fail right from the get-go. And this applies to instrumental music, it applies to music with words, it applies to covers, it applies to originals. Now, originals and covers are a little different. Originals, if you want to connect with the audience and they don't know what the melody is and they can't hear the words, you have no chance. I mean, you're just not going to make it. And covers, they already know what the song is. So you get a little bit of leeway if they can't quite hear the melody or it's not super up front. They already know it, so they can carry it in their head. But at the same time, because it's so well known, they're going to be hypersensitive to all the mistakes you make and everything that you're doing wrong. They're going to say, that doesn't sound right. They don't know what they're doing. Now, you can avoid this to a degree by doing your own arrangement of an original, which I'm a big fan of, because why are you trying to do a carbon copy of something that was already done? You might as well try and do it different, because no matter how perfect you do it, it's still not going to be the original. So you might as well try and repackage it to make it your own. But again, in that repackaging, if the melody or the words are not forefront, and they can't pick up on that, and the repackaging is so radical that they don't even recognize the song, again, what's the point? You've just totally dropped the ball. So that's number one. Whoever has the melody, whoever has the words, that person is the focus. They have to be out front, the easiest to identify. So the next level is you're looking at your chordal instruments, keyboards, guitars. Your job is to provide harmonic foundation. So here's the melody going along. You want to provide the harmony. That's what the keyboard and the guitar do. You are laying the harmony, the harmonic bed for the melody to interact with. That is your job. Okay, it's not to play flashy licks or to wear, you know, tight leather pants. Your job is to create harmony. Next step down, sonically speaking, is the bass. You are laying the harmonic foundation of the harmony. You are laying those bass notes. And in addition, the bass player is helping to provide the style. So, foundation to the harmony and helping to identify the style is what the bass is doing. Next person down is the drummer. The drummer's job is with the bass player to provide the style, but what they're playing, the grooves, is going to help establish the style. But they're also going to set up transitions. You know, the drummer's going to help get it big. They're going to set up, here comes the bridge, here's an 8-bar phrase, whatever it is, the drummer's going to set that up. They're going to add excitement, and they're going to broadcast to the band what is coming up and the audience. Sort of like the air traffic controller people out here. You know, this kind of number. This is what the drummer's doing. They are broadcasting it loud and clear. Something is going to happen. We're all going to go this way. You might be saying, well, the drummer, they're supposed to do time. No, no, no. No, time is everybody's responsibility. The drummer is not in charge of time. They are not there to be your metronome. They are there to help establish the style, and they are there to set up transitions and help build excitement and lead things into them. That's what the drummers do. So if we have other horn players, not the lead, let's say we're in a jazz band and you have one saxophone there playing the melody. So the trombone player, what is his job? To play interesting counter melodies behind the melody? I would put the brakes on that, because is it taking away from the melody? If it is, then you're not doing your job. If the melody is not clear and easily identifiable, then you should not be playing the counter melody, because it's going to add confusion. If you want to play some kind of harmonic, some kind of harmony in unison rhythm with the melody, that's probably cool, as long as you're keeping your volume below and it's not obscuring the melody. If you want to do all that interesting counterpoint stuff, maybe you need to wait for a chorus where you have it on your own, or after the melody has gone through 3 or 4 times, and so people's ears can identify it, then you can start adding in these different colors to keep things interesting. But if you come right out of the gate with all your toodly doodly doodly doodlies right off the bat, it's going to obscure the meaning of the song, and again, you guys are not doing what you're supposed to do. So what if you have horns and you're not playing jazz? They're playing pops, interesting pops and hits behind the singer, like a funk band, Tower of Power, something like that. Well, then you're helping. You know, your pops are going to be rhythmically appropriate to the style, and you're just adding color. I mean, they're accents. Bam! Here's a thing. You know, here's a whop. These are moments, little spice. You are spice on top of the stew. You are not the meat and the potatoes. You are the splash of cayenne, where it's cool and it gives it a little bit of pop, but if you weren't there, the song still would hold up together on its own. You are just a little something extra on top. Do not start to think that you are the most important. You are still in a supporting role. So, okay, so let's say that the singer, they do their thing, they step aside, and now it's the guitar player takes a solo. Okay, now the focus has shifted from the words to the guitar, or the piano, or the horn, whoever it happens to be, or guest rapper. Now it is your turn to shine. Now you step into the spotlight, and you can do all your flashy stuff, all your hip changes and your interesting scales. This is your moment. You get these 8 bars, or these 16 bars, or these 5 choruses, whatever it is. Now it's your turn to be the spotlight. So step up and own it. But when your turn is over, step back. Your time is done. Don't get your panties in a twist. Don't stub your toe. Just step back and go back into the supporting role that you were there. It's all about being in service to the song. Thanks again for watching. I hope everybody is doing well, staying safe. I will see you next time.